Jerry Dunn. Jerry, could you please reveal yourself? Could you confirm, Jerry, that you have pinned the timer?
I have pinned the timer.
Just run through a very quick sound check. Could you please repeat after me? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. I can confirm that I can both see and hear you, and I will now introduce you in the standard contest way. Our 7th speaker is Jerry Dunn, with a speech entitled Superman. Really? Superman. Really? Jerry Dunn.
I was about to lose consciousness when my wife hit me again, hard. The pain of it brought me round. I looked down and saw a pool of blood, my blood. Have you noticed that the days that change your life can start as bright blue mornings? My normally mild-mannered wife sped away from the lights, weaving in and out of the traffic. Don't you dare pass out, not till I get you to a doctor. She was right, of course. I needed to get to a doctor fast. Contest chair, Toastmasters. Did somebody say doctor? All my life, I've been surrounded with doctors. My mother, my father, my brother, all doctors. So naturally, I too look like a doctor. Do you agree? I hope so. I only wear this to fit in. In fact, I've rarely needed doctors. Always able to stand on my own 2 feet. Always enjoyed robust, good health. Always fit and fast. Faster than a speeding haggis, the Scottish Superman. Oh, you think that's funny, do you? Well, let me tell you, I went 20 years without missing a single day at work. Flu, man flu, Superman flu, I could work through them. You get knocked down, but I get up again. Could have been my motto. I was indestructible. And then, one bright blue morning, I decided to mow the lawn. And you know what it's like when you mow the lawn? You want to get finished, don't you? And I was almost finished when I lost my footing and watched in slow motion as my favorite left foot disappeared under the machine towards the rotating blade. Ah! In real time, I'm not okay. My foot is a mushy, mangled mess. Cue that Fast and Furious ride to the hospital. We made it, but there was no parking, no wheelchair, no help. I struggled through the doors of A&E, blood dripping from my shattered foot. The place was jam-packed with Glasgow's wounded, waiting for attention. I caught a whiff of sweat mixed with disinfectant. Above the noise, a voice cried out, "Look at that guy, man! He's pure white!" Everything went quiet. A nurse came out to see what the silence was. One look at me, and the medics took over. The surgical team did their best to save my foot. Over many weeks of dressings, drugs, and at times despair, the physical wounds did begin to heal. Finally, the surgeon told me I could start working from home, doing a spot of gardening, or perhaps even tackle Pathways Level 2. Just one thing, he said, you still need to be careful. You get an infection in that foot, you could be in a world of trouble. It was actually good news, but I only heard the bad. Have you ever done that? infection, trouble. I was terrified of doing further damage. I could see myself in a wheelchair for the rest of my days, dependent on other people, a burden to my family. The thing is, my foot was coming together, but I was falling apart. Some Superman, eh? I was rescued by a visit from my sister. She listened to me and said, "This must be tough for you. For once, you're depending on other people. That's not weakness, it's strength. But you think you're indestructible. That's not strength, it's stupidity." Her words stung like a slap in the face. But she was right. My obsession with standing on my own 2 feet was clearly ridiculous on a number of levels. The accident had forced me to trust many other people, and they'd all been super for me. I'd always thought I was supposed to be indestructible, but I learned that vulnerability is not actually a crime, at least in Scots law. Did you know that? The revelation was the start of my real recovery. Do you remember Bill Withers' song? Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long. We're gonna need somebody to lean on. And who will you lean on? In my experience, support is much closer than we think. Friends and family, of course, but perhaps a neighbour in a Zoom room. And how do we get that support? Usually, we only have to ask. Ladies and gentlemen, sooner or later, we all go through crisis, don't we? Illness, addiction, bereavement, or the fear of the unknown, so widespread at the moment. You and I can't get through those dark times on our own, but with the right help, we can reach a brighter day. Now, more than ever, we don't need to be Superman. We just need someone super to lean on. Please, make the call. And in that spirit, my grass needs cutting. With appropriate social distancing, would you like to give me a hand? Or a foot? Contest chair.